Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Shaw Prize Foundation, welcome to the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center, and thank you for attending the Shaw Prize Awards Presentation Ceremony 2010.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Leon Ko, and I'm greatly honored to be able to participate in the presentation of this distinguished international award with Dudu as partner.
Thank you. Known as the Nobel Prize of the East, the Shaw Prize is one of the most representative international awards of its kind and has been held for the 7th year running. Each year, all of Hong Kong's and the world's top-notch scientists and academics would gather here to witness the outstanding achievements of the laureates and to share their joyous moment.
Before the commencement of the award presentation ceremony, let us give a brief introduction of the Shaw Prize. The Shaw Prize was established under the auspices of Mr. Run Run Shaw. It is an annual award first established in November 2002, and the presentation ceremony was first held in 2004. The award consists of 3 categories, namely the Shaw Prize in Astronomy, the Shaw Prize in Life Science and Medicine, as well as the Shaw Prize in Mathematical Sciences.
The purpose of the Shaw Prize is to honor individuals who are currently active in their respective fields and who have achieved distinguished and significant advances, who have made outstanding contributions in culture and the arts, or who in other domains have achieved excellence. The award is dedicated to furthering societal progress, enhancing quality of life, and enriching humanity's spiritual civilization.
The Shaw laureates this year have, of course, made outstanding achievement. Similar to previous years, nomination and judging commenced in September last year. A large number of nominations for the 3 prizes have been received. The Shaw Prize 2010, the results were announced at a press conference held on the 27th of May. This year, we have 5 Shaw laureates, and tonight they are here to receive the honor.
Besides the Shaw laureates and our honorable guests, we have also invited student representatives from 11 universities and tertiary institutes in Hong Kong to attend. They will grasp the opportunity to meet with the world's distinguished scientists and benefit from this invaluable experience. This is a good chance for them to exchange views with the laureates and to widen their perspectives in science and research.
Also, during their period of stay in Hong Kong, the Shaw laureates will visit renowned universities in Hong Kong and to give lectures on their studies and research. These visits will enhance our understanding of their studies and research in sciences.
The statistics show that since 2004, these lectures have already attracted about 10,000 audiences. Response was overwhelming, and all participants have benefited tremendously from these lectures.
I understand that tomorrow, the Shaw laureates will visit 3 local universities to give lectures on their studies and research. These lectures will then be videotaped and uploaded on the Shaw Prize official website to enable the general public in Hong Kong, as well as academics all over the world, to have access to these very powerful lectures.
The ceremony will commence shortly. To ensure that the presentation will proceed smoothly, please kindly switch off your mobile phones and pages. Also, on the table are special souvenirs to commemorate the occasion. Please do feel free to take one of each item before you leave.
Well, it is time for the commencement of the Shaw Prize Award Presentation Ceremony 2010.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome our officiating guest, the Honorable Donald Tsang, Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. Mr. Tsang, please.
Please remain standing to welcome the 5 Shaw laureates to enter the presentation hall. Firstly, the Shawl Laureates in Astronomy 2010. This year, we have 3 Shawl Laureates in Astronomy. Firstly, Professor Charles L. Bennett, please.
Now, Professor Lyman A. Page, Jr., please.
And also, Professor David N. Spurgo, please.
Now we welcome the Shawl Laureate in Life Science and Medicine 2010, Professor David Julius, please.
And now, we welcome the Shawl Laureate in Mathematical Sciences 2010, Professor Sean Bougain, please.
Tonight, we are also very honored to have Mr. Run Run Shaw, founder of the Shaw Prize, joining us for the award presentation ceremony. Mr. Shaw, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
The 5 laureates who are here tonight have made significant contributions to their respective fields of research. Not only have their groundbreaking findings shed new light on future science research, but also played an important and far-reaching role in the advancement of mankind.
Each year, the selection committees of the Shaw Prize will select the nominated candidates and make proposal of the award candidates. The board of adjudicators will then review the recommendations for the award of the Shaw Prize submitted. To select the most outstanding nominees from a vast number of nominations is certainly not an easy task. And we would now like to invite the chairman of the board of adjudicators, as well as chairman of the selection committee, each to deliver a speech. As Professor Channing Yang, Chairman of the Board of Adjudicators, is unable to attend the ceremony tonight. May we invite Professor Kenneth Young, the Vice Chairman of the Board of Adjudicators, to address the audience.
Professor Young is the Professor of Physics and Pro-Vice Chancellor at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Professor Young, please.
Chief Executive, Mr. Shawl, Laureates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Professor Chen Yang, Chairman of the Board of Adjudicators, I am pleased to make the following foremost announcements. The Shaw Prize Council is honored to award 3 Shaw Prizes tonight. Professors Charles Bennett, Lyman Page Jr., and David Spurgle will receive the 2010 Astronomy Prize for their leadership in the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe WMAP experiment, which has enabled precise determinations of fundamental cosmological parameters, including the geometry, age, and composition of the universe. For example, the age of the universe is now determined to be 13.75 billion years, with a remarkable accuracy of plus or minus only 1%. Professor David Julius will receive the 2010 Life Science and Medicine Award Prize for his seminal discoveries of molecular mechanisms of the senses, including those of touch, of scalding, and of spicy hotness, through specialized ion channels at the tip of sensory nerves. Professor Jean Bougain will receive the 2010 Mathematical Sciences Prize for his profound work in mathematical analysis and its application to partial differential equations, mathematical physics, combinatorics, number theory, ergodic theory, and theoretical computer science. It is difficult to explain his achievements in so many different fields of pure and applied mathematics. But in one area of computer sciences, his work has led to great advances that the layman can appreciate. He elucidated the true meaning of randomness. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Young, and please take your seat.
We now invite the chairman of the selection committee for the Shaw Prize in Astronomy, Professor Jiansheng Chen, to deliver a speech.
Professor Chen is a distinguished scientist in astrophysics and is now the director of the Department of Astronomy at Beijing University. Professor Chen, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Shaw Prize in Astronomy 2010 will be awarded to Professor Charles Bennett, Professor Lyman Page, and Professor David Spurgo for their leadership of WMAP, the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe experiment, which has enabled precise determination of the fundamental cosmological parameters, including the geometry, age, and the composition of the universe. How did the universe begin? What makes up the universe? Why does the sky look the way it does? Such questions have been asked for millennia, but today they can be subject to direct observational studies. It is now firmly established that our universe has been expanded and cooling for billions of years ever since the Big Bang. The expansion is accelerating at present. WMAP has determined the age of the universe to be 13,700,000,000 years by capturing the oldest light in the universe with precise measurement of its tiny variations in temperature and polarization across the sky. The full sky anisotropic pattern seen by WMAP are direct views of the baby universe when it was less than 0.03% of the current age. In addition, WMAP has also accurately measured the density of matter, the density of atoms, and the amplitude and the scale dependence of the initial fluctuations that grow to form galaxies. These fundamental parameters explain not only the WMAP results, but also a host of other astronomical observations. The WMAP data have shown that at present, normal baryonic matter makes up only 4.5% of the total density of the universe. Dark matter, a new type of subatomic particle, comprise the next 22%. The remaining 73.5% is dark energy, which acts as a form of anti-gravity to drive the accelerating expansion of the universe today. These results confirm earlier ones revealed by supernovae observations, which was recognized by the 2006 Shawl Prize in Astronomy. The subtle anisotropic pattern in the WMAP picture of the baby universe are consistent with the idea that the universe underwent a period of rapidly accelerating expansion in the first moment, namely inflation. Quantum fluctuations generated during the inflation era left imprints in CMB, the cosmic microwave background. The high precision measurements of WMAP can thus constrain physics of this very early epoch. In declaring the WMAP results, the 2003 Breakthrough of the Year Science magazine wrote, lingering doubts about existence of dark energy and the composition of the universe dissolved when the WMAP satellite took the most detailed picture ever of the CMB. Also, all the arguments of the last few decades about the basic properties of the universe, its age, its expansion rate, its composition, its density, have been settled in one fell swoop. In short, the WMAP measurements have become the frame of reference for cosmological research. The WMAP scientific papers are the most cited ones in the field. Professor Bennett is the overall leader of the WMAP mission. He led the writing of the original proposal, organized and led the engineering and the management team, and oversaw the design, construction, testing, launch, and the scientific outputs of the mission. Professor Page is the instrument scientist concentrating on the design and the testing of the instrument. Professor Spurgo is the WMAP leading theorist who played a key role in the scientific part. For their great achievements, Professor Bennett, Professor Page, and Professor Spurgo are most worthy for the Shawl Prize in Astronomy 2010. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chen. Please take your seat.
We now invite the chairman of the selection committee for the Shawl Prize in Life Science and Medicine, Professor Bougain, to deliver a speech.
Professor Bougain is the first Shawl Laureate of the Shawl Prize in Life Science and Medicine. He is currently the Louis K. Diamond Professor of Hematology, Department of Medicine at University of California in San Francisco. Professor Kan, please.
Mr. Chief Executive, Sir Run, ladies and gentlemen, David Julius is honored by the Shawl Prize for his groundbreaking discovery of the molecular mechanism by which the sense of touch allows us to perceive pain and temperature. The ability to detect painful stimuli is essential to our health and survival, as it allows us to avoid contact with agents that injure us. Using a component of chili pepper known as capsaicin, he investigated how it can cause intense pain when applied to the skin. In a landmark 1997 publication, he reported the discovery of the pain-sensing receptor that detects this compound. The receptor is an ion channel, and the binding of this channel by capsaicin causes the channel to open, leading to influx of cations that transmit signals to the neurons through the spinal cord and then to the brain. This channel, now called TRPV1, belong to the TRP family of channels, the members of which are structurally related but serve different functions. In addition to pain, Julius found that this channel is also activated by temperatures above 43 degrees Celsius, and it perceived it as pain, providing another mechanism to protect us from injury. Interesting, he found that birds have a channel with a slightly different structure, so that they are insensitive to the compound capsaicin and therefore capable of carrying these seeds to spread chili pepper and other similar plants. Tarantula bites can cause severe pain, as their venom also targets this channel. Together, these discoveries provide the first insight into the molecular mechanism by which we detect environmental stimuli through the sense of pain. Julius elucidated how we sometimes become hypersensitive to pain. He found that tissue injury or inflammation results in release of protons or chemicals like bradykinin that lower the threshold of the channel, so that mild stimulus and warm temperature can cause pain. This property turns out to be a double-edged sword. It has the beneficial effect of protecting us against further injury, but on the other hand, it also has a harmful effect of leading to chronic pain in some diseases. Julius also discovered other channels. One he called TRPV2, which is activated at a higher temperature. Another channel called TRPM5 that detect painful cold temperature, as well as menthols, which cause cool feelings. He also studied a channel called TRPA1 that is activated by wasabi, the stuff that goes up your nose if you're not careful, and other mustard oils that cause pain, irritation, and inflammation. Importantly, TRPA1 is also the target of environmental irritants such as acrolein that account for the toxic and inflammatory action of tear gas, vehicle exhaust, and metabolic byproducts of cancer treatment. Together, the discoveries of David Julius and his colleagues constitute a major contribution to our knowledge of fundamental biological function that has important medical implications. His work has revealed molecular mechanisms that explain how one of our 5 senses, the sense of touch, detects changes in temperature and environmental stimuli that we perceive as pain. In addition, he has elucidated mechanisms that underlie hypersensitive to pain, thereby providing new targets for design of drugs to treat chronic pain syndromes that affect so many of us.
Thank you, Professor Kan. And kindly take your seat.
We now invite the chairman of the selection committee for the Shawl Prize in Mathematical Sciences, Sir Michael Atiyah, to deliver a speech.
Sir Michael is honorary professor at the University of Edinburgh of the United Kingdom. Sir Michael, please.
Chief Executive, Sir Run, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here to say a few words on the work of Jean Bougain, this year's recipient of the Shawl Prize in the Mathematical Sciences. As you know, mathematics is by its nature a very abstract and technical subject, which does not lend itself to simple presentation. So I will try to describe in broad general terms what Bougain has achieved. Most scientists would say that mathematics is concerned with equations, either algebraic when dealing with finite quantities, or differential when dealing with the infinite processes that lead to the calculus of Newton and Leibniz. All this is essentially true, but alongside or behind equations, there are inequalities, sometimes called estimates, which compare the size of 2 quantities or expressions. In physics, Einstein's discovery that nothing travels faster than light is an example. An elementary inequality taught at school is that the arithmetic mean of 2 numbers is never less than their geometric mean. In between these 2 extremes, there is vast range of estimates of great variety and importance. Such estimates are often extremely difficult since they reflect and quantify some subtle aspect of the underlying problem. Inequalities, especially when applied to the limit of the infinitely small or the infinitely large, lead to equations, but they can also provide more information. Being told that an equation has a solution can be useful, but it is better to be told how to find it. Best of all is to be told how long it will take you or your computer to find it. Inequalities that estimate the length of a computer program are in practice vital and provide a natural bridge between mathematics and computer science. Jean Bougain is one of the leading mathematical analysts in the world today, who has over the past 30 years led the field in solving a succession of hard problems centering around inequalities. He has written more than 300 papers, solved many important problems of long standing, and developed powerful techniques for others to exploit. The fields in which Bougain has made these fundamental contributions cover large parts of mathematics, an impact on both physics and computer science. One theme that is at the heart of many of his breakthroughs is the exploitation of randomness in the study of deterministic systems. More generally, his work links together algebra, combinatorics, and analysis in many deep and fruitful ways. In short, Bougain's spectacular achievements in modern mathematics make him a very deserving winner of the 210 Shawl Prize in the Mathematical Sciences.
Thank you, Sir Michael. Please take your seat.
As a recognition and acknowledgement to the outstanding contributions of the Shawl Laureates, each prize bears a monetary award of $1 million, and each Shawl Laureate will receive a certificate and a medal.
I understand that many of the scientists will use the monetary award to researchers to make further breakthroughs in scientific studies. Some will share the award with other team members as an encouragement to fellow scientists.
Thus, the Shaw Prize not only commends scientists for their outstanding achievements, it is also a driving force to encourage potential scientists for further studies and research which will benefit mankind and for the betterment of our future.
For all the Shaw Laureates, the Shaw Prize is an international honor and recognition to them. I'm sure it'll be an unforgettable night for our 5 laureates.
Well, we will now proceed to the Shaw Prize Award Presentation Ceremony 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, we are much honored to have the Honorable Donald Tsang, Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, to officiate the presentation ceremony. Mr. Tsang, please.
First, we will present the Shaw Prize in Astronomy 2010. This year, the award is to be shared by 3 recipients. The first share goes to Professor Charles Bennett. Professor Bennett, please.
The satellite has tiny little rockets built on it, and there's a fuel tank in the middle of the satellite. And the computer figures out how much of each of these rockets needs to fire for how long to get us there. So we had the satellite go in 3 loops around the Earth as we carefully adjusted and burned our little rockets to get the timing just right. So the satellite would just swing by the moon and pick up some energy from the moon's gravity, basically.
Congratulations, and please take your seat on stage, Professor Bennett. And also the recipient of the Shaw Prize in Astronomy 2010 is Professor Lyman Page, Jr. Professor Page, please.
We can compute from first principles how big on average this is. So just using physics. And we can compute it in meters. If we could determine this size, we just divide by roughly twice the speed of light. Since we know the speed of light, we can get the time that light's been traveling to us, which gives us the age of the universe.
Congratulations, and thank you, Professor Page. Please take your seat on stage.
And the third scientist to receive the Shaw Prize in Astronomy 2010 is Professor David Spurgle. Professor Spurgo, please.
Space itself being the pond. The early universe is very much like that calm lake. These hot and cold spots are ripples in the sky. So if you imagine dropping rocks into water and to oil, the pattern of ripples are different in water than in oil. So by looking at the pattern we see on the sky, we can figure out what's the universe made of, in a sense, water or oil. We can use these observations of the small temperature and density variations to learn a lot about the basic properties of the universe.
we would like to invite the Shawl Laureate in Astronomy 2010, Professor Charles Bennett, who is currently the Professor of Physics and Astronomy at Johns Hopkins University, USA, to deliver his acceptance speech. Professor Bennett, please.
Mr. Chief Executive, Sir Run Shaw, Lady Shaw and the Shaw Prize Council, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply appreciative of this honor. Thank you. Many decades ago, the great astronomer Edwin Hubble said that the history of astronomy is a history of receding horizons. He said, "We know that we are reaching into space farther and farther until, with the faintest nebulae that can be detected with the greatest telescopes, we arrive at the frontier of the known universe. With increasing distance, our knowledge fades and fades rapidly. Eventually, we reach the dim boundary, the utmost limits of our telescopes. There, we measure shadows, and we search among ghostly errors of measurement for landmarks that are scarcely more substantial. The search will continue." Decades later, I have had the honor of helping to advance this historic search. I helped to lead the Cosmic Background Explorer (COBE) space mission, which made breakthroughs recognized by the Nobel Prize. I then went on to lead the WMAP space mission. WMAP has traced the faint remnant patterns of light that have been traveling across the universe for billions of years, over a distance that would have been unimaginable to Edwin Hubble. From the tiny contours of this ancient light, WMAP has determined the age, contents, and other critical aspects of the universe in which we live. To paraphrase Isaac Newton, if we have seen farther than others, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Likewise, future discoveries and advances will certainly continue. Albert Einstein said that the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. By making our measurements, we are better able to comprehend the universe, the whole universe. It is truly remarkable that this is within the realm of human possibility. On the occasion of receiving this extremely prestigious prize, I want to thank my parents, who raised me in a family permeated by a love of science, knowledge, understanding, and with a strong sense of the need to build a better world. I also want to thank the many scientists who have given generously of themselves to guide and teach me over the years. I thank my wife, friend, and advisor of 26 years, Renee, and our two wonderful sons, Andrew and Ethan, for their love and support. WMAP was very much a team effort, so I am very pleased to be sharing this prize with Professors Lyman Page and David Spurgle, and I am especially grateful for this opportunity to acknowledge the entire WMAP team whose work is being recognized today. The combined expertise and dedication of the entire team is what has made our WMAP space mission a success. Finally, I want to express my deep appreciation to Sir Run Shaw, Lady Shaw, the Shaw Foundation, the Board of Adjudicators, and the Selection Committee for bestowing this great honor. Recognizing and encouraging advances in astronomy, medicine, and mathematics, fundamental knowledge is extraordinarily praiseworthy. Thank you again.
Thank you, Professor Bennett, and please take your seat on stage.
We now invite also the Shawl Laureate in Astronomy 2010, Professor Lyman Page Jr., who is currently the Henry DeWolf Smythe Professor of Physics at Princeton University, USA, to deliver his acceptance speech. Professor Page, please.
It is with great happiness and humility that I would like to thank Sir Run Shaw, Lady Shaw, and the Shaw Prize Council, and the selection committee for bestowing on me so prestigious an award. Mr. Chief Executive, ladies and gentlemen, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. It is a tremendous honor to be counted along with previous Shaw laureates, and a special joy to be here before you with my close colleagues, Chuck Bennett and David Spurgle. I've had the incredible good fortune and luck to be part of a series of observations that measured the emergence of the cosmic microwave background and anisotropy signal from when it was dominated by instrument noise to its current clear manifestation in the WMAP all-sky maps. From these data, we have learned many new things about the universe, its geometry, age, and composition, to name a few. In the process, I have worked with and learned from an extraordinary group of friends and colleagues. We all count ourselves fortunate to have been able to participate in the discovery of the large-scale properties of the universe and the establishment of cosmology as a precise science. In my field, advances are made by teams of scientists. WMAP is no exception. We had an extremely strong and dedicated team with Chuck as our leader. I'd especially like to thank my longtime colleague at Princeton, Norm Jurasic, the lead of the data analysis, Gary Hinshaw, and WMAP's system engineer, Cliff Jackson. My path in science has been guided by amazing mentors to whom I'm grateful. Professor Rainer Weiss took a chance on me and got me into graduate school at MIT and started me working on the anisotropy. Professor Stephen Meyer was the ideal thesis advisor, taught me new ways to think about physics. And Professor David Wilkinson showed me how to do research at the highest level. Dave, for whom our satellite is named, and Professor Bruce Partridge made the first search for the anisotropy in 1967, over 40 years ago. We stand on their shoulders. Lastly, I'd like to thank my parents for their love and encouragement, my wife, Lisa Olson, for her unwavering support and love, and our three wonderful boys, Bill, James, and Brent, for making our lives so joyful. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Page, and please take your seat on stage.
We now invite also the Shawl Laureate in Astronomy 2010, Professor David Spurgo, who is currently the Charles A. Young Professor of Astronomy at Princeton University, USA, to deliver his acceptance speech. Professor Spurgo, please.
Mr. Chief Executive, Sir Run Shaw, Lady Shaw, Shaw Prize Council, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this tremendous honor of being awarded the Shaw Prize. I have much to be thankful for in my life. I have two wonderful parents, Martin and Rochelle Spurgle, who encouraged me to use my talents and raised me with love. I have a beautiful, talented, and loving wife, Laura Kahn, who supported me throughout my career. Together, we are blessed with three wonderful children, Julian, Sarah, and Joshua, who supported me through this intense period of working on the WMAP satellite. I've had the good luck to enter cosmology just as the field began a period of revolutionary change. As an undergraduate at Princeton, I attended Jim Peebles' lectures on the possible shape of the universe. At the time, I did not even dream that I'd have the opportunity to help to measure the geometry of the universe with great precision. When I was a graduate student, the theory of inflation was developed. At the time, I did not imagine that we'd have an opportunity to test this idea. As a postdoctoral fellow working on cosmic strings and textures, I began to hope that these models could indeed be tested. It was as a young assistant professor, I was fortunate to hear Kolbe's announcements of its results, that I began to recognize that the measurements of the cosmic microwave background could yield deep insights into the history of our universe and its basic properties. As a member of the WMAP team, I had the good fortune to work with superb colleagues who built a powerful and beautiful experiment. It's a great pleasure to share this prize with Lyman Page and Chuck Bennett. With our WMAP colleagues, we were able to map the oldest light of the universe and to use the fluctuations to make a precise measurement of the age of the universe, the density of atoms, the density of matter, and the nature of fluctuations that grew to form galaxies. We were able to glimpse the effects of the first stars and to gain a deeper understanding of the first moments of the universe. Our data reveal a universe that is at once simple and nearly uniform, and today is complex, strange, and very big. I wish to again thank Sir Run Run Shaw, Lady Shaw, the Shaw Foundation, the Board of Adjudicators, and the Selection Committee for this great honor, and for their efforts to recognize advances in fundamental knowledge in astronomy, mathematics, and life sciences. Thank you again.
Thank you, Professor Spurgo, and please take your seat on stage. The Shaw Prize in Life Science and Medicine 2010 goes to Professor David Julius. Professor Julius, please.
So the challenges are to find drugs that modulate the activity of receptors and quiet the nerve fibers down. But to allow it, we need it to tell us about acutely dangerous situations like sticking our hand in a pot of hot water or hitting ourselves with a hammer. We want to maintain that kind of pain signal. That's a good pain signal. We want to get rid of the pain signal that's inappropriately generated and drives chronic pain syndrome.
We now invite the Shawl Laureate in Life Science and Medicine 2010, Professor David Julius, who is currently the professor and chair of the Department of Physiology at University of California, San Francisco, USA, to deliver his acceptance speech. Professor Julius, please.
Mr. Chief Executive, Sir Run Run, Lady Shaw, Foundation and Council members, members of the Selection Committee, and honored guests. As scientists, we choose a life of research and intellectual pursuit without expectation of special or individual recognition. Rather, we are driven by curiosity and guided by the hope that with diligence, inspiration, and certainly luck, we will experience the thrill of discovering something new, something that no one had previously seen or understood. Along the way, we hope that our findings will in some manner enrich society and benefit human health and well-being. Although most scientists do not expect to be singled out for recognition, it is certainly wonderful when it occurs, because such moments remind us that society values what we do and people want to share in the thrill of discovery, the advancement of knowledge, and the betterment of mankind. For this, I wish to express my profound gratitude to Sir Run Run and Lady Shaw and the Shaw Foundation for bestowing this honor, tremendous honor, upon me, which I humbly accept on behalf of my family, my laboratory, my institution, and my field. Finally, I would like to thank my family members and colleagues, many of whom are here tonight and have honored me by sharing this evening with me, for their support and encouragement through the years, and certainly my beautiful wife, Holly, also a scientist who has encouraged me throughout our time together to take risks, at least in science, and to do some unusual things. So thank you all so very much for sharing this evening with us tonight.
Thank you, Professor Julius, and please take a seat on stage. Lastly, the Shaw Prize in Mathematical Sciences 2010 goes to Professor Jean Bougain. Professor Bougain, please.
When people think of random event, they will see someone tossing a coin, and then that, in a way, would produce events that are statistically uncorrelated and are unpredictable. The question is how to produce something that has many features of a truly random coin flipping. And this is where the mathematics comes in and the so-called pseudo-random number generators.
Last but not least, we now invite the Shaw Laureate in Mathematical Sciences 2010, Professor Jean Bougain, who is currently the Professor of Mathematics at the Institute for Advanced Study, Princeton University, USA, to deliver his acceptance speech. Professor Bougain, please.
Mr. Chief Executive, Sir Ran and Lady Shaw, members of the Shaw Council, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored by the award of the Shaw Prize in Mathematics for 2010. Considering the exceptional level of previous winners, it came to me as a surprise and also a challenge to live up to these standards. Mathematics is a broad field from which I have only explored a modest part. Over the years, I have been influenced in various ways by many researchers who introduced me to new subjects and directions, or simply who encouraged me. Discussions with them were often invaluable. In fact, I have not been able to pursue a large fraction of the projects they got me interested in at some point, and I hope to find the time to do so in the future. Through my professional life, I have been lucky to benefit from unusually good working conditions that allowed full dedication to research. First, at the early stage, it was at the Belgian Science Foundation, then at the Institut des Hautes Études Scientifiques in Bure-sur-Yvette, and finally at the Institute for Advanced Studies in Princeton. These institutions have played an important role in my life, and I am grateful to them for their trust and the environment they offered me. Interaction with others certainly plays an important role in today's mathematical research. Several of my contributions cited for this award are joint work, and my collaborators should be equally honored by this prestigious recognition. Especially several of my colleagues and former members at the Institute for Advanced Study. Beyond concrete achievements formalized in research papers, the many hours of blackboard discussions with them were truly enjoyable and equally meaningful. Foremost, I should thank my parents, who taught me the meaning of effort and commitment, and my family for their love and support. I am truly delighted to be part of this memorable event here tonight, and I'm grateful to all those that made it happen.
Thank you, Professor Bougain, and please take your seat on stage. Now invite our officiating guest, Mr. Donald Zhang, and the 5 laureates to take a photograph to commemorate this great occasion.
On behalf of the Shaw Prize Foundation, we wish to thank all the Shaw laureates for flying all the way to Hong Kong to attend the presentation ceremony. This is also an excellent opportunity for our distinguished scientists to get together and share their invaluable experiences, which no doubt will be of great benefit to science.
Well, let us now relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. Dinner is now ready to serve, and Dennis Lencion will perform live music for your enjoyment tonight. Please enjoy your dinner. Dennis, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shaw Prize Award Presentation Ceremony 2010 has now come to a successful conclusion. We have specially prepared some souvenirs to commemorate the occasion. Please do feel free to take one of each item before you leave.
And we would like to ask the Shaw laureates, their family members and friends to stay behind and come up on stage for a photo session.
Of course, all guests are welcome to meet with our Shaw laureates afterwards. I am sure you will treasure this golden opportunity.
Scientific research has embedded boundless possibilities. We look forward to seeing you again next year and to witness more accomplishments of distinguished scientists and scholars.
Thank you, good night, goodbye, and see you next year.
Thank you, goodbye.